So hello and welcome to you wherever you are. We are here at this most recognisable of venues in world football. It is the Camp Nou, the proud and impressive home of FC Barcelona. The teams then, Brazil against Germany. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
We have already started here. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I'm going to go for a box-to-box man, Sami Khedira, a tireless worker who seems equally happy whether breaking up opposition attacks or triggering attacks for his own team. He's honest, he's reliable, and he's always willing.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Götze spreads it wide. That looks a good ball. João Miranda heaves it forward. It's Götze with the ball through. Big chance! Mesut Ozil. Great leap! He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Mesut Ozil. That's clever movement up front.
Yeah, they're playing with a false nine, and no one's really holding a fixed position up there.
How does that work?
Well, I think it's an attempt to just confuse this defence with constant interchange and different movement.
Breaks on here. Marcelo. Neymar tries a through ball. That intervention was very necessary. It's anyone's ball. Gets up to head it! And he's there to make a great save.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Mesut Ozil. Heading towards half-time, and it is still scoreless. Goes long. Muller looking to get on the end of this. And he just whacks it away. Good clearance now. Can they make something of it? And it's Draxler. Draxler tries lifting it over. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. If you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. A tight old game so far. Can that change now? Hector. Toni Kroos. Khedira. Aimed long and direct. Needed a better pass there. If you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Over to the left. So what now? Looks to slip it through. Draxler. João Miranda plays it forward. Looks to thread it through. Neuer gets good distance on it. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. Thiago Silva. Fernandinho is now the subject of some adhesive marking.
Well, he's obviously been identified as a menace, and they're dealing with him accordingly. I think we can expect more of the same.
Muller gets it back. Khedira. Mario Götze. 0-0 the score, and we're just about done. A deeply frustrating game. Ozil plays it long. Puts it into the middle. Oh, and he's got good distance. Who's chasing? Good challenge. He just stood firm.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He's left his man.
Brazil showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Hector played out to the wing. Mario Götze. Promising cross. Last-ditch defending, but that'll
Germany
do.
merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Muller. And there goes the final whistle. And stalemate. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches, satisfied by organisation and solidity. Little cutting edge at either end, and it finishes 0-0. So it's away we go then. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Mats Hummels deserves it.
Götze with the foul. Neuer will lay claim to that. Draxler looking for options. And it's Draxler. Looks like a good ball through. Draxler. Played in by Draxler. Great leap! Oh, just needed a better contact.
Brazil can defend those situations better by stopping the crosser at source. Well, the first attempt hasn't quite drawn first blood, but they've got a slight edge.
Kadira.
There's a lot of movement up front.
Yeah, I have noticed that those front players are working very hard, dropping deeper.
Yeah, and I just think it keeps the opposition off guard with so much switching of position. Keeping shape is much harder.
Aimed long and direct. Götze. Played in by Draxler. Paulinho with the ball through. Now it's Willian. Forward it goes. Surely he scores! Toni Kroos. Draxler. Brazil, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Kadira. Mats Hummels. Now it's Willian. Willian looks to dink one in. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Mesut Ozil. Still waiting for the first goal. Marcelo did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Mario Götze. That is terrific skill. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. The action has already resumed here.
Brazil can be very glad that half-time came when it did. poor possession and very little firepower means they need a serious pickup in this second half. No guts, no glory.
Toni Kroos. Hummels plays it forward. Played out to the wing. Muller looking to get on the end of this. Mario Götze. He's had a shot! Mesut Ozil! Nigh on perfection! Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
Yeah, it looks simple, Peter, but it requires intelligent use of space and good understanding to pull it off.
Germany break the deadlock.
Oh, half-time has been a blessing for this team. You know, what a great start to the second half.
Hit long and direct. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. A real chance to break. Looks to slip it through, and he's onside.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do. They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind.
Neymar. Mesut Ozil. Well played, he saw that coming.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
Mesut Ozil. Spreads it wide.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
Renato Augusto. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. One goal settled it. A tense and exciting game that just got away.
I've been in this position myself, and this will be difficult to take. They did everything right but score, but at least I suppose they can reflect on a few positives from this one.
Well, that's it from us. Thanks very much, Jim. It's a very good day to you from both of us. There's the whistle. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
It's a tricky one, but I think Mesut Ozil can have a big impact on this. His ball skills and controlled passing have enabled him to be the commanding presence in many a game, and this shouldn't be any different. He's the one, I think, who can link everything up.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Goes wide. Boateng cuts it out. Khedira.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Referee's given a throw. He's got the ball glued to his feet. He'll have a dip! Tries the cross. Over to the left. Neymar looking to get on the end of this. Defending was physical, no nonsense, and it had to be. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Good, sir. Muller. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Well, they could break here. Looks to clip it forward. Now it's Neymar. Neymar. And the finish! And it's hoisted clear.
Neymar really used his body to clever effect in dropping the shoulder to carry on.
It's a brilliant interception. That was one quality pass away from being a very decent chance. Looked very promising.
Brazil just had to make the ball stick, but came up short.
Renato Augusto. And it's good, sir. Out wide to the right. Looks to slip it through. Oh, glorious footwork! Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Big chance! He's delivered all right!
And grabbing that opening goal so close to half-time too affords...
There's the end of the first half. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
Well, they definitely won't be happy with that half. They seem to lack a bit of desire, especially going forward. It wouldn't surprise me to see a change or two.
Already up and running for the second half.
Brazil don't need to press the panic button just yet. They may have to tweak their setup first if they don't...
Tries one! And another time! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Well, he was so quick to respond to that, he almost made it count. Great opportunity.
It so nearly came off for him.
Draxler certainly tends to cast his influence, and he's in imposing mood again.
Muller. 60 minutes played. Your impression so far, Jim?
Brazil are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
Swung over into the middle. And that's been... Shoots! Well, that's where he wants it. And he's made certain that won't get through. Toni Kroos. Özil spreads it towards the left.
They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind. That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must. Shapes to shoot! So close to drawing level.
Oh, he can't hide away from how important that was.
Hector. Draxler. Dinks one in. It's a loose ball. The ball needed to be better there.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
He's left his man, and it's Draxler.
Germany can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think.
Chip through. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So it ends 1-0, an enthralling game and an agonisingly narrow defeat.
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.
So we've reached the end of our coverage for today. Many thanks to Jim Beglin alongside me, and we'll both see you next time. So off we go then. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
It has to be the brains of the operation, Toni Kroos. He's another one of the elite passers in world football, and his consistency remains high at both club and international level, and one of the first picks in the team.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Mesut Ozil. Mario Götze. Out to the flank. He's got away. Oh, really good feet from him. Ball swung in. Now a chance to break. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Götze. Now the pass. Müller. He's left his man. Paulinho plays it forward. Fernandinho goes long. Floated through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Tried to play it through.
Peter, his body shape was a giveaway before he made the pass, and its obviousness was appreciated.
Pumps it into the area. It's a throw. Sticks in a foot to win it back. Out again for a throw-in. Looks to slip it through. Gets into some space. Müller. And shoots! Decent enough try.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
And it's Draxler. Götze. Draxler. Going through. He'll hit it! It's Götze. Not much subtlety, he's launched himself there. I have to say, that was Alex. The referee brings the first half to a close. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And the game has already resumed here.
Brazil pretty fortunate not to be trailing at half-time. They've been lacklustre and second best for me. And if ever a situation demanded a telling off from the boss, it's this one. He has to spark a reaction.
There will be a throw-in. Fernandinho. Marcelo. It's gone out for a throw-in. Fernandinho. Looks like a good ball through. Boateng gets it back.
Germany have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion.
Header! And another time! Really well taken goal. Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Germany draw first blood here.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc.
Ozil! That's superb from Mesut Ozil! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where.
And the finish! And the ball's come out. Mario Gomez. Germany keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going beyond that rear guard.
Toni Kroos. Muller passes it through. It's a good foot in there. Thiago Silva tries to get it forward quickly. Played out to the wing. He's made sure that that won't get through. Who's ball? Who's going to get that? Willian. Ozil, who has made his impact already. He's on his way. Gomez with an air of confidence about him. There is the final whistle. Well, the players certainly gave it everything, but just didn't get the break. Terrific support, terrific effort, but the wrong outcome. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Brazil never quite got to grips with this game, Peter. They looked slow and cumbersome in trying to counter much sharper opposition. Just not good enough on so many levels.
That's it for today. Thank you, Jim, and goodbye. We're underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Mesut Ozil can add the decisive edge, I would think. His close control and ability to slip the runners through is a real feature of his game, not to mention his dribbling skills and that superb left foot of his.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Jerome Boateng. Looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Mesut Ozil. Good, sir. Oh, some clever movement up front.
Yeah, they're playing with a false 9, and no one's really holding a fixed position up there.
How does that work? Has a swing at it! Muller. Mesut Ozil. Hector. So what now? He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Paulinho with the ball through. Toni Kroos. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Now the pass. Muller, he's got away. And out to safety. And it's good, sir. This is promising. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Hummels positions himself well and cuts it out. Khedira. Now it's Draxler. Götze with a long pass. And a goal kick. certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Neymar. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. That is going to be the final action of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Unspectacular, but solid, and that solidity could yet be the foundation for them to go on and win.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And the game has already resumed here. So, whistle's gone, that's foul. A long ball, but not especially accurate. Neymar. And it's Muller. João Miranda gets into the right position to intercept. Felipe. And it's Mario Gomez. Germany get it back again. Hector. Germany keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going beyond that rear guard.
Yet another to add to football's endless list of could-haves and should-haves.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Mesut Ozil. Played out to the wing. He's got options out wide. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Paulinho is on the end of some really unwanted attention.
Well, he's obviously been identified as a menace, and they're dealing with him accordingly. I think we can expect more of the same.
Hoists it high.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
It's Gomez! That's a half-decent try.
Mario Gomez weighed up the options and picked the wrong one.
Just brushed off the ball there. Mesut Ozil. Forward it goes. And it's Mario Gomez. Mesut Ozil out wide to the right. Passes it through. Muller. Thiago Silva heaves it forward. Paulinho. And that's that. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goalless. So what do you take away from it all, Jim? And that gets things running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Draxler is a big talent. He can do a good job for his team in any of the attacking positions, but the extra little freedom he gets out wide play to his technical strengths and his ability to go either left or right.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. Daniel Alves. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Keeper's got good distance on that. Mesut Ozil.
There's a lot of movement up front.
Yeah, I have noticed that those front players are working very hard, dropping deeper.
Yeah, and I just think it keeps the opposition off guard with so much switching of position. Keeping shape is much harder.
Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And it's Toni Kroos. Real chance! Marcelo. Goes wide. Well played, he saw that coming. Mats Hummels. Toni Kroos.
Midway through the first half, and there's an impotence about this game that's causing me concern, and probably most of the stadium too. Let's just hope that by the end, it'll have been forgotten.
Muller. Muller! Oh, great save, real class.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Keeper has beaten it away. Götze drills one in. Chance, hits one! He's looking to get there first. Daniel Alves. Now the pass. Muller. Götze. It's Draxler! Good stop, that wasn't easy.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
And that's been levered clear. Same again, same outcome.
Germany really are in the ascendancy here, and they know they have to register while that's the case.
And the whistle goes for half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway. Gets up to head it! And it's Muller. Threw himself at it, but he's got it cleanly. Neymar, and the counter is on. Done very well to intervene. Khedira. Draxler. Proving impossible to wrestle off the ball. Going through. They've won a corner. Germany look as though they're about to make a change. With his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Good play all round. He was well hustled and still got a shot away.
Tries to get it forward quickly. It's Neymar! And that would have been some goal.
Neymar just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Germany making consecutive changes here. Shakes the shoots! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
And it's Neymar. Fernandinho. Can he score? And in again. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Aimed low and direct.
Brazil merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Quick ball forward. Hector. Out to the left it goes.
Germany showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Looks to clip it forward. Well positioned to make that interception.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
He's left his man. Mesut Ozil. And that will be the final act. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goalless. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
Well, that's the lot for now. Thanks to you, Jim, and goodbye. So it's down to business here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Mesut Ozil can add the decisive edge, I would think. His close control and ability to slip the runners through is a real feature of his game, not to mention his dribbling skills and that superb left foot of his.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Just brushed off the ball there. Müller. Mesut Ozil. Unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Mesut Ozil.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Spreads it wide. Müller looking to get on the end of this. He's had a shot! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Toni Kroos. Neymar passes it through. That's another to add to football's endless list of could-haves and should-haves.
Brazil just had to make the ball stick, but came up short.
Played out to the wing. Müller.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Can he score?
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Paulinho clips one through. Tried to play it through.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he's just entered the last chance saloon. One wrong move now, and he's in trouble.
Müller. Let down by a lack of accuracy. Now the pass. A chance to play it in. And now the breakaway. Neymar plays a clever pass. And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. Any strong opinions on the first half?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
It's one! What about it? The second half sparked straight into life. Just so calm under pressure.
Demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Brazil get themselves into the lead.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out. It's paid off here.
Now it's Muller. He's got away. Nicely controlled. And he just whacks it away. Now it's Neymar. He's left his man. It's out for a goal kick. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Toni Kroos, aimed long and direct. Looks to slip it through. Now here's the through ball. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Paulinho.
They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind.
Neymar gets it, and now what? And it's the goalkeeper's to claim. Paulinho gets his foot in there. Looks like a good ball through. Going through. Dani Alves pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Paulinho with the ball through. He's left his man, and Firmino! Wonderful from Roberto Firmino! And there's the goal they've been looking for. The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
That is just the top drawer finish. He was always in control and couldn't have placed it any better.
Brazil take a two-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in. It's Ozil. And the defence can get it clear. Great leap! And that's a real chance missed.
Oh, it's so very disappointing, but they can't dwell on it. They've got to go again. Simple as.
Hummels positions himself well and cuts it out. Mario Gomez plays it out to the flank. Muller. Here's the ball in. Mario Gomez. Paulinho. Forward it goes. And the referee brings it to a close. So they bask in their win, a genuinely professional performance and a result which is well deserved. Your reflections then, Jim?
There's a solidity about them, almost as if they set up not to lose and see how things unfold. That eases the pressure on the strikers, who can afford to be patient.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I'm going to pick Mats Hummels. He's not simply a very dependable and diligent defender. He has real adventure about him as well, and I think when he gets an opportunity to step out from the back, he's encouraged to keep going, and he doesn't. He goes all the way.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Renato Augusto plays a clever pass. Neymar looking to get on the end of this. He's left his man. Neymar.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Just brushed off the ball there.
There's a lot of movement up front.
Yeah, I have noticed that those front players are working very hard, dropping deeper.
Yeah, and I just think it
Has a pop! He's got away with one there. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Khedira. Neither side yet able to find the net. Passes it through. Willian. Boateng knocks it away. Mesut Ozil. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Defence has got rid of that. Paulinho spreads it towards the left. And it's Fernandinho. Mario Götze. Felipe. Goes wide. Muller looking to get on the end of this. Well played, he saw that coming. Has he found his man? Hummels does well there, alert. And we've reached half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Reflections on the first half?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. So we're already into the second period.
Brazil can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
Toni Kroos. Götze. Looks like a good ball through. Paulinho does well to read it and intercepts. Jean Miranda.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but...
It's Ozil! Looks to slip it. In he goes again! Felipe Luis goes upfield. Now he's wondering who wants it. And the weighted pass. Germany look as though they're about to make a change. Khedira. Deftly done. Keeper goes long. And he's made certain that won't get through. Tries a through ball. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Look, when we talk about decision-making, there's a great example. Strong and decisive.
More than happy to take the muscular approach. Boateng cuts it out. Mesut Ozil. And it's Götze. Into the channel. Aimed in, up to meet it! well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Brazil can defend those situations better by stopping the crosser at source.
Well, no doubt someone is being given special treatment here.
Look, stopping him is imperative. It may not eliminate trouble, but it'll reduce it. Brazil showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Muller. Now it's Mario Gomez. Fernandinho battles to win it back. Kroos positions himself well and cuts it out. And that's it. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goals. So it's down to business here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Mats Hummels deserves...
Has a hit! Kadira. Mario Götze. Hector. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Mesut Ozil. Forward it goes.
Germany have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
Can he finish? And he nearly went all the way.
He almost benefited from some real generosity. No wonder the keeper's going nuts.
And it's Draxler. Who's he going to play in? He's left his man. Tries a through ball. In comes the Kroos. Up for the header! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
I have to commend the wing play, but I have to condemn the defending. They've got to stop the cross.
Augusto. And he's surging through. He's looking unstoppable here. Götze with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
It opened up really nicely when the defence got all tentative then. They were cautious in making contact, but safe in numbers.
Just brushed off the ball there. Hummels plays it forward. Germany do retain the ball, but are seemingly in no rush to break forward. Mats Hummels. Mesut Ozil. Mario Götze. Done very well to intervene. Plays it out to the wing. Tries to get it forward quickly. Lovely bit of skill. Mario Götze with a delicate ball. There's the whistle for half-time. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. The action has already resumed here. A tight old game so far. Can that change now? Great leap! Big moment! Massive goal!
And that has only enhanced his already huge reputation. They were obviously hoping for an early second-half boost, but there are a few who can truly make it happen, and this is a very welcome tonic now.
What a great header, got plenty on that.
Well, as contact goes, that was tremendous, and it helped him to direct it exactly where he wanted into that net. I think when it comes to the aerial department, this fella is definitely no slouch.
Germany get themselves into the lead.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
Özil. Up he gets! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Looks to thread it through. Marcelo with the ball through. In towards the mid. Massive leap! Another chance! Superb from Willian! That's no fluke, it's what he was there for.
Oh, look, there's only one player who merits all the praise for that. Not only did he finish it, but his instincts for being where he was are absolutely top-notch.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Looks to clip it forward. Mesut Özil. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Mesut Özil.
They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind. Brazil merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Now it's Draxler, long and high towards the flank.
Germany showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Draxler. Mario Götze spreads it towards the left. And it's hoisted clear. It's a throw in. Goalkeeper's ball. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So it's ended in a draw, draft and graft and everything apart from a winning goal that never came. An intriguing contest and a result which at least partly satisfies all. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game despite it being anticlimactic.
So off we go then. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I'm going to go for a box-to-box man, Sami Khedira, a tireless worker who seems equally happy whether breaking up opposition attacks or triggering attacks for his own team. He's honest, he's reliable, and he's always willing.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Forward it goes. Tries a through ball. Neymar looks to dink one in.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
He goes long. Now here's the through ball. Just brushed off the ball there. Back and they start again. Oh, good interception. Willian. Paulinho plays it forward. Neymar. He's left. Neymar! Saved only by poor finishing.
Brazil are looking quite mean on the counter, and combating that requires even more meanness.
Now the pass. Neymar. Now it's Neymar. Mesut Özil. Over to the left. Marquinhos Positions himself well and cuts it out. Willian goes long. It's a decent ball, and he's onside. Heads it! Mario Götze. Draxler doesn't get the pass he's looking for. Muller looking up to see who wants it. Passes it through. Oh, well played, he saw that coming. Thiago Silva goes looking, and it's Marquinhos. Dinks one in. Neymar's cross. That'll be the final action of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, as one side has been significantly better, at least offensively.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Brazil can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
And that's been levered clear. Mesut Ozil. Willian. It's a brilliant interception. Good clearance and very necessary. Looks like a good ball through. Neymar looking to get on the end of this. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Mario Götze. Kroos tries lifting it over. Out of play for a goal kick. There's going to be another change here. Neymar plays it long. Great tackle, he had to get that right. He can get that clear. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Khedira gets his foot in there, tries to get it forward quickly. Germany keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going beyond that rear guard.
Out for a throw. Germany have decided now is the time to make their final change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Lobs it in gently. Now it's Mario Gomez. Gomez spreads it towards the left. And that's a throw. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Marquinhos gets it back.
Germany showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Marcelo. Into stoppage time, and it is still 0-0. Kroos battles to win it back. The final whistle. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goalless. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Brazil, well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
I think we're just about out of time, so many thanks to Jim, and a very good afternoon to you. And we're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Draxler is a big talent. He can do a good job for his team in any of the attacking positions, but the extra little freedom he gets out wide play to his technical strengths and his ability to go either left or right.
Well, quite no argument from me on that one. And that's surely a foul. Free kick. Just couldn't turn it in.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone. Well, the first attempt hasn't quite drawn first blood, but they've got a slight edge.
In it comes. Timely intervention. Mesut Ozil.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what are they trying to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Marcelo does well to read it and intercepts. Ozil needed to come up with a better ball.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure.
And it's good, sir. Going through. It's a great ball. Big chance! Oh, great save. Real class.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Thiago Silva. Aimed long and direct. Looks like a good ball through. Neymar tries to stroke it through. Good, sir. Mesut Ozil played out to the right. Tries to get it forward quickly. Oh, good interception. Mesut Ozil. And it's good, sir. Looks to slip it through. He's got away. That wasn't the greatest of balls. Marcelo. And there's the end of the first half. Both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway. No score in the first half. Who's ready to go for it now? Hoists it high. Nicely measured pass. Firmino was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Mario Gomez. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Muller.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frighten the people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
Forward it goes. Hummels cuts it out. And it's Draxler. Mario Gomez. João Miranda plays it forward. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Now it's Mario Gomez. Mesut Ozil.
Germany are enjoying lots of possession, but they just can't find any penetration.
Coutinho passes it through.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
João Miranda. Neymar is being picked on here.
Yeah, well, he can be very busy in wide position, so they need to double up on him a bit more.
Jerome Boateng.
Going nowhere fast is about the only way I can describe this. They've just got to be busier.
João Miranda positions himself
Concentration
well
levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Fernandinho. And that will be the final act. Well, a frustrating game for attackers on either side. They hardly had a sniff. Defence is broadly in charge, and it has finished goalless. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Brazil certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
So we've reached the end of our coverage for today. Many thanks to Jim Beglin alongside me, and we'll both see you next time. And that gets things running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I'm going to go for a box-to-box man, Sami Khedira. A tireless worker who seems equally happy whether breaking up opposition attacks or triggering attacks for his own team. He's honest, he's reliable, and he's always willing.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. He's got it, and he's got time! Well, that's where he wants it. Mesut Ozil plays it out to the flank, steered out wide, and the flag has stayed down. Play for a throw. Mario Götze, Müller.
There's a lot of movement up front.
Yeah, I have noticed that those front players are working very hard, dropping deeper.
Yeah, and I just think it keeps the opposition off guard.
He's had a go! Mesut Ozil. Hector. Over to the left. So what now? Hector. Mesut Ozil. Beautifully done. Plenty waiting in the middle. Paulinho. Neymar just brushed off the ball there. Jerome Boateng. Mesut Ozil, played out to the right. Now the pass, gets up to head it! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. And it's Marcelo. Neymar passes it through. There really wasn't very much in that, not far away from being a telling final ball.
Brazil seemed to have chosen a tougher route through the middle. That was easily read and dealt with.
Neymar. Brazil have a free kick. Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. Draxler. And we hit half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
João Miranda demonstrating fabulous determination. He just will not be beaten. Back into the middle.
I couldn't quite sort his feet out in time to get it under control.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Tries a through ball. And he's cut it out. Thiago Silva positions himself well and cuts it out. Neymar.
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
So they're just not getting too tight.
Yeah, they know that if they step up, they're...
And oh! Decent clearance now. Can anyone get on the end of it? Paulinho. Neymar. Big chance! Oh, and he's got good distance. Who's chasing? Götze did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Thiago Silva plays it forward. Looks like a good ball through. Comes sliding in. Mario Götze. Ozil, out wide to the right. Müller is demanding it out wide. João Miranda, great challenge.
Germany showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Driving on, a real charge here. Lobs it in gently. It's Müller! Great ball to play him in, but he will be gutted to miss that.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
Mesut Ozil. Jerome Boateng. Mats Hummels. Mario Götze. Looks to slip it through. Müller. Aimed long and direct. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, a frustrating game for attackers on either side. They hardly had a sniff. Defence is broadly in charge, and it has finished goalless. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Brazil, well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
So that's it for today. Thank you, Jim. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I'm going to go for a box-to-box man, Sami Khedira, a tireless worker who seems equally happy whether breaking up opposition attacks or triggering attacks for his own team. He's honest, he's reliable, and he's always willing.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Khedira. Ozil plays it out to the wing. Hoists it high. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Marcelo goes looking. Renato Augusto cuts it out.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Let's put a stop to that. And it's Götze. Götze. Now it's Müller. Neymar looks to thread it through. He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Out wide to the right. He's left his man. Müller with the delivery. Casemiro plays it forward. And it's Götze. It's Ozil! And he's there to make a great save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Boots it to safety. Willian. Looks like a good ball through. Hector. Mesut Ozil. Drexler. Going through. Hector. So what now? Drexler. Fired deep towards the back post. Lobs it in gently. Towering header! And he heaves it forward. And we've reached half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Reflections on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Brazil head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Goes for goal! That is wayward.
Yeah, they got away with it, but that was a defensive letdown to see him march through like that. Listen, the manager seems to have impacted during the break. This is now a show of real purpose.
Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Ozil with the ball through, out towards the flank, passes it through. Müller. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again.
Well, the further he went, the more attention he attracted. There was just way too much pressure for him to get the shot away.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Neymar. Germany keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going beyond that rear guard.
Renato Augusto. And it's Neymar. Toni Kroos. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. And the defence can get it clear. Toni Kroos. Mesut Ozil. Gomez plays it into the channel and helps available out wide. Plenty waiting in the middle. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
It's Mario Gomez. Looks to slip it through. Mario Gomez. Chance!
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
And now they can launch a counter. Looks to clip it forward. Good ball. Hummels gets into the right position to intercept.
Brazil showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on...
And the referee brings it to a close. And stalemate. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches. Satisfied by organisation and solidity. Little cutting edge at either end. And it finishes 0-0. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Brazil can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Well, that's the lot for now. Thanks to you, Jim, and goodbye. So it's away we go then. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Mats Hummels deserves a mention. He's earned many plaudits through his controlled, aggressive approach and discipline. He'll pick your pocket as opposed to going right through you.
Gets up to head it! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Müller really showed that he wanted it more than anyone else, but maybe heading requires extra practice. Oh, no wonder he's turned away in disgust. I think I would have too.
Marcelo passes it through. Hector. Mario Götze. And it's Draxler. Mesut Ozil. Long and high towards the flank. Draxler. That is terrific skill. Just towering header. Surely this time. Goal! Germany! Götze did well there. He was onto it in a trice.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Brazil didn't expect this, that's for sure. What can they do now? Casemiro. Now the pass. Firmino gets flagged offside.
Firmino only needed to check his run slightly and he was in the clear.
Keeper goes long. Now it's Müller. A real chance to break. He's left his man. Out towards the flank. So what now? Casemiro. Willian. He's had a shot! It's in!
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial. Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Brazil grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Done very well to intervene. Dinks one in. Nicely worked. It's a brilliant interception.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
It's Ozil. Now it's Götze. Götze passes it through. It's a loose ball. And there's the end of the first half. Genuinely interesting game here. Very, very watchable. 2 goals, 1 each. So your views on the first half?
Yeah, I think they'll be happy with that scoreline. I just hope the second half is as good as the first. It's been pulsating stuff.
Goal!
Well, this guy is just not your average footballer. Alert and sharp. And while 1 or 2 others were still digesting the manager's half-time team talk, he's already delivering another lead. What a good player. Well, none of us were exactly sure how that was going to end up then, but I'm delighted to see such a happy ending after such a splendid dribbling run. I mean, he really did fool that defence into wondering what he was going to do next.
Brazil take the lead.
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
Germany get it back again. Forward it goes. Müller. Just brushed off the ball there. Tries a through ball. Has a hit! Good stop. That wasn't easy.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Germany look as though they're about to make a change. Casemiro boots it to safety. Now it's Götze. Looks to slip it through. Dani Alves plays it forward. Defender's on the back foot. Tries to get it forward quickly. He's off on a marauding run. Firmino. Shoots! Mesut Ozil.
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
So they're just not getting too tight?
Yeah, they know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot busier.
Ozil with a delicate ball. Threw himself at it, but he's got it cleanly. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Mario Götze.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Casemiro played out to the right. Now it's Willian. Someone looks like he's in need of protection here.
Yeah, and they finally reacted, but they could have been more switched on before he scored.
Aimed low and direct. Brazil just have to run down the clock. Oh, he's in! Oh, full-blooded challenge, and it had to be. Thiago Silva goes looking. And that's that. Well, somehow they turned it round. Every ounce of energy, emotional, physical, mental, is spent. That is some win. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Look, this is a good win for me. They know they've got the organisation and the discipline, and that's what gave them the platform to go on and win this.
Well, that's the lot for now. Thanks to you, Jim, and goodbye. And we're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, I'm going to pick Mats Hummels. He's not simply a very dependable and diligent defender. He has real adventure about him as well, and I think when he gets an opportunity to step out from the back, he's encouraged to keep going, and he doesn't. He goes all the way.
Yeah, the scourge of so many strikers. Just brushed off the ball there. Throw it. Fired deep towards the back post. Aimed long and direct. Kroos goes looking. Ozil cleans it out wide. Muller. João Miranda.
That right side seems to have become a very good outlet for them now. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum.
Can he score? That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
Mats Hummels. Oh, some clever movement up front.
Yeah, they're playing with a false nine, and no one's really holding a fixed position up there.
How does that work?
Well, I think it's an attempt to just confuse this defence with constant interchange and different movement.
Willian. And it's Götze. Götze spreads it towards the left. And he's cut it out. Paulinho. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Mesut Ozil looks to dink one. And the finish! And he's there to make a great save.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
And he just whacks it away. Played out to the right. He slid it through. Renato Augusto. If you have just joined us, you'll be glad to know that you haven't missed a goal. And it's Felipe. Khedira battles to win it back. Mesut Ozil going through. Draxler passes it through. Here comes the corner. Bit of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. The action has already resumed here.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
Played in by Draxler. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Mesut Ozil. It's Ozil! Mesut Ozil in towards the middle. Now the pass. Some astute defending to ensure they got no further. Out wide to the right. Mario Götze. Now it's Ozil. Looks to clip it forward. Timely intervention. Pressure stays on, it is a corner. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Dani Alves boots it to safety. Plays it out to the wing. Neymar looking to get on the end of this. Loose ball, who's going to get there? Mesut Ozil. Mats Hummels. Willian clips one through. Well read, he sorted that out.
Brazil merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Toni Kroos.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Ozil with a long pass out wide.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Long and high towards the flank. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Muller goes up and up. He's had a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Brazil opting to make a double change here. Keeper's ball. And the referee brings it to a close. And stalemate. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches, satisfied by organisation and solidity. Little cutting edge at either end, and it finishes 0-0. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Brazil certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
I think we're just about out of time, so many thanks to Jim, and a very good afternoon to you. And that gets things running. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
It's a tricky one, but I think Mesut Ozil can have a big impact on this. His ball skills and controlled passing have enabled him to be the commanding presence in many a game, and this shouldn't be any different. He's the one, I think, who can link everything up.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Forward it goes. Fernandinho. João Miranda. Casemiro. Neymar. Paulinho.
Oh, we don't even need to look at the stats, do we, Peter? 0 attempts, 0 goals, and excitement, forget it. Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and...
Shoots! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead.
Are looking strong on the break. Winning the ball in midfield is one thing, but it's their clever use of counter-attacking. That's the real highlight.
Brazil take the lead.
And that ought to be the trigger for a really exciting and entertaining game from here on.
Mesut Ozil, played out to the right. He's left his man. Muller with the delivery. He's had a shot! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Draxler did give it a fair old crack, and he'll be encouraged to step up again.
Götze plays it into the channel. Marcelo. And it's Muller. Casemiro plays it forward. Fernandinho tries to get it forward quickly. Willian. And now the finish! Cut out in the nick of time. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Aimed long and direct. Jerome Boateng. So they got the only goal to give them a 1-0 lead. And the first 45 minutes are up. There we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight. Reflections on the first half?
Peter, this is far from a lost cause. Yes, they've been hit once by a pacey opposition, but they've asserted more control and look capable.
Brazil, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And we are already promptly back underway. Brazil carry a one-goal lead into the second half. Oh, good interception. Muller. Fernandinho.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
Good clearance now. Can they make something of it? Mesut Ozil. Mario Gomez.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and hope for a break.
Well, there's no two-way.
Towering header!
That's a cracking strike, and it may have stung the palms of the keeper.
Willian tries lifting it over. That's Hummels. And it's Mario Gomez. Hector. So what's he planning here? Out to the left it goes.
Germany are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
Out wide to the right. Ball's loose, who's getting there?
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Casemiro looks to slip it through.
Well, they're supposed to be chasing a goal, and yet there's no urgency or sense of awareness. They've got to wake up.
Well positioned to make that interception. And there goes the final whistle. What a game. End to end, it flew by, and in the end, it all came down to just the odd goal.
And there's a lot more to read into this game than just the scoreline.
And that's it from us. Many thanks go to Jim Beglin, and goodbye from us. So hello and welcome to you wherever you are. We are here at this most recognisable of venues in world football. It is the Camp Nou, the proud and impressive home of FC Barcelona. And our live game is Brazil against Argentina. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
We have already started here. So, Jim, it's Neymar! They've scored!
And what a great way to start the game, to spark the game. I mean, the captain has basically triggered a contest that should be even livelier than we anticipated. Get your seatbelts on, this could be rather exciting.
Yeah,
looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Marcus Rojo just did a brilliant job there. It was one of those all-or-nothing commitments, and he came up trumps.
Now it's Messi. Renato Augusto. And now the breakaway. Firmino goes up and over. Douglas Costa! Great ball to play him in, but he will be gutted to miss that.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Messi. Hit long and direct. And it's Firmino. Otamendi. Higuain. Banega. Messi. Looks like a good ball through. Messi produced a good ball to find Dybala, but he couldn't do anything with it. And now they can launch a counter. Has a look and place it in. Douglas Costa passes it. Is it in? Sticks it away! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again.
Brazil are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Brazil to have a couple of goals without reply. It's 2-0.
Well, that second goal has given them so much more command and confidence now, and they should be able to take it on from here and either add to their lead or close it out.
And Messi! Good hit, kept the keeper honest. And here's the chance to counter. Renato Augusto. Looks to set one up. Has a pop! It just took too long getting forward.
Peter, the best counter-attacks are pacey and incisive, we know that. And that one never really got going.
And it's Marcelo. Looks to slip it through. And the whistle goes for half-time. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first-half success with another show of strength?
Brazil go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion. And we're already into the second period. Firmino passes it through. Douglas Costa! Oh, surely that deserved better.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Now the pass. Firmino. Lofted into the middle. It's Neymar! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, as Tesco, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Oh, he really wanted that.
Yeah, and you can hear how the crowd are reacting to this too.
Higuain. Argentina have it back and they can go again. Messi! And again the keeper stands strong.
Messi, again producing the goods when most needed. Another inspired stop.
Swung over into the middle. Firmino. And Firmino! Keeper's got good distance on that. Played out to the right. And it's Paulinho. Oh, great ball! Paulinho goes through the middle. Defender's on the back foot. Looks like a good ball through. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
Can he score? Another big chance that gets away.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
Gets up to head it! Oh, surely! Oh, we're going for goal! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
He'll be fuming with himself for not converting. He could have killed it off.
It so nearly came off for him.
Douglas Costa certainly tends to cast his influence, and he's in imposing mood again.
Aguero. Higuain has been found. Aguero! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Aguero just couldn't steer it on target. Everything else was up there.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. And it's Aguero. Now, can he... The shot's on! Here's a change that was in the offing. Last one allowed.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Now the cross. Marcos Rojo. And there goes the final whistle. Brazil emerged victorious here, and it's no more than they deserve. They were simply the better team. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Brazil made their intentions clear that nothing else but a win would do. These games are always tough, you know, it's not always about form, it's not always...
So that's got things underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I'll go for Gonzalo Higuain. A striker with such...
Douglas Costa! Paulinho crosses one in. And it's Higuain. Dybala. Billia goes looking. Well positioned to make that interception. Dani Alves tries to get it forward quickly. Now it's Roberto Firmino. Douglas Costa! He's come loose. He's going after it. Up to meet it! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Now that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
That's a poor kick by the keeper, he's just given it straight back. Now it's Higuain, now it's Dybala. Some astute defending to ensure they got no further. And it's been taken straight back. Tries a through ball. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Casemiro, great challenge. Now it's Messi. And it's the goalkeepers to claim. Neymar, there's the delivery. It was a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Now the pass. He's left his man. It'll be a throw-in. Dybala. Can he finish? Oh, great save, real class.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
That looks a good ball. He could be in here. And That'll go straight through to the keeper. And we hit half-time, so neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. So your views on the first half?
Look, I think sometimes they're crossing for crossing's sake. It's percentage football. The more balls you get in the box, the likelier it is to score. Well, that's good to a point, but they also need an alternative.
After 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And we're already back underway here. So, deadlock still as the second half begins. Marcelo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Goes wide, going through. Dybala. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Looking to shoot. It's anyone's ball. In for the follow-up. And the ball's come out. Could fall kindly.
That's great defending to cover for the goalkeeper and just get something in the way.
He's got away. Dani Alves battles to win it back. And the break is on. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Dybala. Billia. 0-0 the score, and we're just about done. A deeply frustrating game. Dybala has been found. Delivery, massive leap! Oh, it's there!
Well, what a sickener that is for the opposition. There really isn't much time to get a goal back now. Talking about drama. Argentina are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead. And it's Neymar. And a shot! And the lead stays intact, just.
Neymar couldn't quite put that away, but there's plenty of positives in how they've responded.
That is a poor kick by the keeper, been intercepted. Casemiro has given away a free kick. Marcos Rojo. He's left his man. Neymar. Can he put it away?
Brazil need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Douglas Costa dinks one in. Nice. Is it in? It's in!
Unbelievable.
We thought it was over! It's all square once more! That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
You've got to love that. Concentration, conviction, contact.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, a game that had everything except a winner. Really watchable and honours even. So there it is. What struck you most? And we're underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Who else but Lionel Messi? I don't need to tell anyone what he's capable of. Some critic
hits one! Di Maria. Dani Alves battles to win it back. Douglas Costa, he's left his man. Going for goal! Neymar.
Yeah, just thinking about the goalkeeper again, he really had to be at his best, didn't he?
Casemiro picks it up from the goal kick. In towards the middle. He's got away. Is it in? Goal! Brilliant!
Brazil are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Brazil give themselves the perfect start. Can they build on it? Benega. Forward it goes. Di Maria with the ball through. Going through. Hit into the middle. Casemiro plays it forward. Breaks on here. In towards the middle. Now it's Roberto Firmino. He's got away. A chance! Firmino hits it! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Firmino cannot be a happy chappy, and you can understand why. The run was stoic, and it should have been heroic.
It so nearly came off for him.
Yeah, and you can hear how the crowd are reacting to this too.
There's a low cross. Firmino! Wonderful from Roberto Firmino! Hot knife through butter. They have done it again.
Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Brazil get themselves a 2-goal cushion.
Well, at 1-0 this contest was still nicely poised, but now that it's gone to 2, mindsets are affected a lot more. Winning belief one way and that losing feeling the other.
He's made sure that that won't get through. Now it's Neymar. A real chance to break. Firmino with a delicate ball. Massive leap! And he's there to make a great save.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Play for a goal kick. Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Fired in from distance. And that should be the keeper's. There is the half-time whistle. So your views on the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Brazil go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion. So we're already into the second period. Well, reported change to either side during the break. He's left his man. Firmino passes it through. Now it's Neymar. Neymar. Now it's Neymar. It's anyone's ball. Dybala plays it out to the flank. Billia. Good ball. Now it's Messi. He's got away. Big chance, shoots! And it's in the back of the net!
That's always a great sight, you know, on a football pitch. Nimble-footed, show great balance and a really cool head to finish. And that kind of dribbling is really smart.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Scoring early in this half just takes the pressure off now and allows them a chance to be a bit more patient in trying to level things up.
Has gone out. Firmino is being picked on here.
Yeah, and having notched...
Has a hit! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, as tests go, Peter, the keeper has just received an A+ grade.
Aguero with good energy in defence as well.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
Douglas Costa
This is
the
good
big
ball
run in.
retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Into the channel. Gets into some space. He's dealt with that well. Paulinho pushes it out wide. Promising cross.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.